Hi, the Keitaro team is here and we are continuing our course on working with the tracker. So today we'll look at adding a redirect type landing page to the tracker and setting up the transition to an offer for this type of landing. So first of all, what is a redirect landing page? A redirect landing page is a landing page that isn't saved within the tracker as a local landing page, but instead it's hosted externally on your own server. This type of landing is used when you either can't or prefer not to add the landing to the tracker as a local landing. For instance, it might not meet the tracker's upload requirements, it might be a multiple page landing, or it might be designed in a way that requires the tracker to redirect to a remote host where your landing is located. So understanding how to set up a transition from the landing to an offer for this type of landing is valuable. Now I'll demonstrate how to log into a host via FTP or SFTP if SSH is enabled, upload a landing page and configure it in the tracker to create a redirect landing. To log into the host, you'll need a file manager. So now we'll use one of them for this. Any file manager actually will be okay. For example, such as a CyberDuck or FileZilla, all works fine. So I will use a CyberDuck. So first of all, let's open the file manager. Okay, once we open the file manager, let's press the button Open Connection. So here's the open window. So first of all, you have to choose what kind of the protocol you are using. So I will use the SFTP. Just a reminder, so there are different types of logging in. I will use the private SSH key in order to get inside to the host, but typically you'll receive the data from your hosting provider after purchasing the host, either directly or via email. This information is essential for login. So you have to put your server number like this and just put your port in case there are any. So in case there is a port number, you will also receive this information to your email from your host provider. Then you need to put your username. I will put the root and I'm using the SSH private key. In case you're logging using your username and password, just put your password here and your username. It will be set in your email practically. So, and let's press the button connect. Well done. After pressing the connect button, you should be connected to the host. Just a quick reminder, if logging in via FTP, use the provided username and password for that specific user. So, we are on the host. Now what's next? Now navigate to the directory where your sites are located. So, of course, this can vary depending on your host configuration, but typically it might be home/admin/web. So, I will use my directory and see where all the sites are located. Now what I need to do is to select one. I will use MK1 host, so let's check it. Great, so the domain is empty and this is where we'll upload our website to be used as a landing page in the tracker. Let's suppose we have already downloaded a landing page from an affiliate program, or perhaps this is our own landing page. So we have it saved locally, for example on the desktop like I did it before. So this is our folder. So all we have to do is just to drag and drop all these files to the site's directory, like this. We press allow. Done. Our site is now live on the host. So to confirm it, let's go to the domain address and verify that it's loading. So this is our domain address, MK1, and let's just check our landing page. So we go to the browser. So here you go, our landing page is in live. At this point, the site is in host, but it isn't connected to the tracker yet. So next, let's go to the tracker and set it up as a landing page. So in the tracker, we have to create a new landing. So let's go to the landing pages, press the button create, and choose the type redirect. The local one we have already talked about in our previous video. So we're choosing the redirect type, and let's put the name. Redirect test. Okay, so there are a couple options for the redirect method, but the HTTP redirect used for most cases. For certain specific cases, other types of redirects like remote redirect can be used, but you will know it in advance. So the redirect sends the user to the remote site specific, allowing the code on the site to execute. So we're using HTTP redirect, and now we have to enter the URL of our website. So let's go to our domain and copy the website. and just press save. Alright, done. So HTTPS is preferred, especially if you have SSL certificates enabled for your domains. I've covered the importance of SSL in the previous video, so all done. Great, so after saving all the necessary changes in the landing pages section, let's move to the campaign section and create a new campaign. So we have to create a new campaign with all the relevant settings. So let's put the name first and press the button create. After, we need to add the flow. Let's create the flow. So we have to set up the flow as usual with landings and offers. We need to add the redirect landing, then add an offer for the transition from the landing. So we go to scheme, we add our landing that we have added before, and we are adding our offer. Add and press apply. Don't forget to press save. So the final step will be configuring the transition from the landing to the offer, which is done within the landings code. So we also need to add a small piece of code to set up the correct transition within the flow. Let me show you what I mean. First, we copy the campaign link. So we copy the campaign link and go to our browser. So we can see that our landing page is live, hosting on our server, and linked to the tracker's campaign. Here, for example, is the button. Our button is Get K-Grid. We'd like to use to direct the user to the offer we have added in the tracker's flow. So let's click to the button Get K-Grid and see what's going to happen. So we're clicking the button and see that there is no offer that we have added before. There is just the mail form, and this mail form is set up inside of the code. So what we need to do is to resolve this issue. And in order to resolve it, we need to adjust the landing page code so that clicking the button correctly will make the transitions to the offer. First of all, let's open our host. So we're opening the CyberDuck. And we need to find our landing page file. So in our case, it's going to be index.html. This is our landing page file. Let's open it for editing. So we're open it. So edit with, and we're using the file code. So now what we have to do is we will search for the text on the button. In our case, it's going to be Get K-Grid. So by pressing Ctrl plus F and typing Get K-Grid. So we're pressing Ctrl F and type Get K-Grid and search. Okay, so this is our button Get K-Grid. This is the button code we found, and it currently contains the transition. We can check that our href attribute contains the mail form, as I showed you before, which is why it doesn't lead to the offer that we have added in the tracker. So now we will edit this button by adding the correct link code from the landing page settings in the tracker. So let's get back to our tracker and open our landing page. So our landing was redirect. So this is the code we need to use to create the link to the offer. You'll see options, different options for JS, PHP, and K-Client PHP code here. For our purposes, we'll focus on JS and PHP code, which work with pages that have a .php extension. Remember, HTML pages won't support PHP, so in our case, as we have index.html, we will use the JavaScript code. So we are pressing the JS code, and we need to copy this code. Here you go. Then return to our landing page code where the button is defined. Okay, so let's get back to the code editor. So we are here. So here's the placeholder link in the button. So this is our placeholder link. So now we need to insert the code that we have just copied from our tracker. So let's do it like this. To ensure the layout isn't disrupted, we'll need to add the missing class attribute to our new link code. So this is our new link code. So we need to copy the class attribute, including the quotation marks, from the original button and paste it into the A tag in our script. Okay, so let's copy this. And this is our A tag. Next, let's replace the placeholder text, in this case, replace. So this is the replace, and we have to insert our button name that we have in our landing page. So we have to copy the button text as it appears on the website and replace this replace title with this text and save the changes. So let's copy the get K grid and insert it instead of the replace, like this. And then we just have to delete the previous code line and save the changes by pressing Command plus S. Great! With the changes saved on the host, let's test the setup. So let's get back to our tracker. Alright, go back to the campaign link and open it, and we have to test by clicking at the button. So we're in the campaign section. Let's open our campaign, copy the campaign link, put it in our browser. Alright, and then let's click on the Get K grid. Great, so landing page loads, and now clicking the button successfully redirects us to the offer URL specified in the flow. This could be a redirect address or a local offer. Either way, the main goal is ensuring it's correctly configured in the flow. This completes our setup. We can now consider this topic covered and move on. So thanks for watching, and let's move on to the next video.